21st century witnesses the development of science and technology and increase of medical expertise. We pay more attention to our health. Even so, more different diseases emerge. Incidence of disease also increases. 30 years ago, diabetes were as rare as cancer, but today, cancer is common. 30 years ago, incidence of cardiovascular disease was no higher than 5%. However, one person would suffer from it every 12 seconds now. With the development of modern industry, our living style and diet habit changed quite a lot. Medical statistics show that we modern people contact about 1,180 kinds of chemically poisonous items. Every day, women apply an average of 175 kinds of chemical elements on their face. Nearly 200 milligrams pesticides and chemical fertilizer and 150 milligrams meat hormone will be absorbed every day. In China, about 110,000 persons died of interior contamination. Over 370,000 persons are intoxicated by various pesticides and chemical fertilizer. Nearly 20 million people suffer from endocrine disorders due to meat hormone. We usually care about whether cancer, heart attack, diabetes, and brainstem stroke are causes of death. However, they ignored a secret killer hiding behind the diseases. Such hidden troubles are due to change of living styles, and diet habit will accompany you every day and will harm your health. We find engine oil and wax in rice, Sudan red in eggs, melamine in milk, rongalit in soybean curd, and dichlorovos in ham. The seafood is preserved by formalin and fertilized by contraceptive drugs. Ripening agents are used to ripen fruit and vegetables, and hormone is adopted to accelerate growth of poultry. Our food, air, and water are contaminated, and nobody can avoid. Standards for absorption of oil, heavy metal, and acid are exceeding normal level. We are now becoming rubbish cans. Toxics in our body can even kill acrid. Once the blood of a patient with nasopharyngeal cancer burned the carpet just like sulfuric acid. And the sweat of a diabetes patient in Germany was injected into a mouse, and the mouse died 40 minutes later. It shows that toxics in our body are poisonous. In fact, they accumulate and form toxic scales with more serious and harmful effect. They are like a teapot scales, which solidly stick to our internal organs. Now, let's watch an anatomy experiment by Dr. Nick.
Look at the toxicity scale of a rhino, which is attached to a large amount of toxicities. The toxicity is solidly combined with the kidney organ, and it is difficult to separate. Let us look at the sections of the kidney. These are the dirty toxicity in black. It's firmly attached to the kidney tissue cells, on which are heavy metals, drug residues, and a number of toxic chemicals. Next, we take another look at the situation in blood vessels. You see, this is a blood vessels in serious blockage. The lipid-like toxicity scale, the microthrombosis, which is the original causes of a toxic dirty cardiovascular and cerebrovascular diseases. The formation of a lipid drug scale on the vessel walls is a slow process. Now, the majority blood vessels in those child, only more than 15, has become the second case. With the growth age, vascular congestion will increasingly become serious, and it occurs when it develops to a certain extent.
Then, how many scales are there in our body? Body cleansing expert from Ukraine cleansed 3 kilograms to 25 kilograms toxic scales from human body. 0.5 kilograms to 5 kilograms toxic scales are removed out of our liver, gallbladder, and bile duct. Also, 0.5 kilograms to 2 kilograms chlorine, lead, and mercury, and other heavy metals and nitrate and medical scales are removed out of our body. We also remove 3 kilograms inorganic salt from our joints and 1 kilogram to 15 kilograms toxic scales. In fact, every one of us are carrier of toxic scales. More and more scales accumulate as time passes by. They harm our viscera, cells, and hinder absorption of nutrition and block channels for removing wastes. Finally, dizziness, headache, laziness, insomnia, bad appetite, and poor resistance and many other sub-health conditions will occur. Today, more and more people suffer from sub-health conditions. It gets more common. Toxic scales in our body are like time bombs which will explode once they accumulate to a certain level. Let's take heart for an example. Toxic scales accumulate inside our hearts, thus increasing heart burden. Under such conditions, every beat of heart would equal to several beats. Many middle-aged people who are just over 40 years old caught heart attack due to such reasons. What harmful conditions do toxic scales have? If toxic scales accumulate in legs and arms and our torso, our waist, legs, and body would ache. If toxic scales are found in skin, tumor, ulcer, and tinea would occur. Once toxic scales are found in viscera, the internal organs will suffer from diseases and internal balance will be influenced. Once toxic scales are found in blood, the blood will be contaminated and cardiovascular diseases will prevail. Fatty liver, alcoholic liver, cirrhosis, gout, atherosclerosis, high blood fat, high blood pressure, stroke, hemophilia, coronary heart disease, arrhythmia, tight chest, short breath, hyperplasia, fibroid, tracheitis, chronic bronchitis, emphysema. Let's have a look at these familiar faces. Wang Junyao, former chairman of board of directors and founder of Junyao Group, intestinal cancer, passed away at the age of 38. Zhang Shengyu, former chairman of board of directors of Tongrentang Beijing Company Limited, heart attack, passed away at the age of 39. Bao Jing, host of news network program of CCTV, lymphoma, passed away at age of 48. Chen Xiaoshu, actor of Lin Daoyu, breast cancer, passed away at age of 42. Fu Bao, actor, liver cancer, passed away at age of 42. Hao Yaowen, comic star, myocardial infarction, passed away at age of 59. He left his wife and children, and all his family are deeply sad about his death. He died of young age. His death left his parents painful. He passed away while his career was booming. Who causes such tragedy? It is toxic scales. How can we stop it? Modern medical science suggests we shall remove toxic scales immediately.